Ralph? Ralph! Retro Tech Ralph! I can't make a video for you because I've just come out of the shower. Are you mental?
Hi everyone, welcome to the 2019 year review of me, Retro Tech Ralph.
Ralph's asked me to make a video, but I'm sorry, mate, I'm too busy.
Hi guys, Retro Tech Ralph here. Now this is going to be a year review of what I've been up to in the past, 12 months. But first off, I've got to say a massive thank you to my Patreons who have had, there's only 7 of them, but they're absolutely brilliant people. There's Jamie T from One Click Print, absolutely brilliant. He's my biggest and longest Patreon so far. Ratcom, Jonathan, love you to bits. We'll meet you one day, I'm sure I will. Retro Box Room, really good channel you need to go and see. Doing a lot of big box Amiga games lately, but we'll get on to some more computer stuff, I'm sure, pretty much lately, eventually anyway. Great on looking at the old boxes and how they used to play and stuff like that. Just really good. Electron Ash, Velociraptor, Retro Baz Plays. It's another channel that you just really need to check out. He's absolutely brilliant. He's good way of talking through stuff, and I really do think he is one of those faces you need to look out for next year. And C64 Woody, yeah, absolutely brilliant that you're all Patreons. Love you to bits. If you want to carry on being Patreons, that's fine. If you don't, then don't. But if anybody else out there watching this video wants to be a Patreon, links will be in the description below. Please help out a little, as much as you want. I don't mind. Let's see where this channel goes. Sadly, lost 4 Patreons this year. I lost Dustin Punt, who just left. That's fine. It's not meant to be. I don't have to have you here. It's not. I don't force you to be. It was brilliant. Thank you very much for the donations. Publicum, I know I've had a lot of problems this year, and get well as quick as you can. Do what you want. Don't bother being a Patreon. It's fine. It's all for you anyway. And losing Chrissy and Gary Pinkett was a little bit of a blow, but I think we can do something without them. They're really great people. Absolutely, they're a fountain of knowledge and help. They have been ever since I've started this channel, and for them, brilliant. Thank you very much for helping. If you want to help out in the future, fine. Love to have you back as a Patreon. If not, I'm still be friends with you. It's not a problem at all. I'll see you at expos and stuff like that. So, yeah, a big thank you to my patrons.
Greetings, everybody. Irish Trekkie and the Trek Collector from the Nerd Escape podcast with you today. Our good friend Retro Tech Ralph asked us to do a video, and Chris and I had a bit of a conversation about it. And what were our thoughts, Chris?
No.
Happy New Year. Happy Christmas.
Happy New Year, Ralph.
The donations I had this year, I got, I'll go into them later on in a full year review, but I got one from Chris W, the Fairchild. I got from Fairfight to get 3 Xboxes, 3 of them. Still haven't actually done anything much with them anyway. DJ Daz, who's actually my brother, got a Sky HD box, which I've split down for parts, and it's really good to see that I can use a lot of parts in there. Chrissy brought the Game Gear down, which is absolutely brilliant. Didn't work, got it recapped, works fine. Need to do a lot more things on it, but absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Chrissy. Terry was on, I think I got him on Freegal. He got another Sky HD box. It was a 1 terabyte box, which was nice to have. Mark from Visions on Vinyl. Check him out on eBay. He's loads of stickers that I've still need to put somewhere. The main ones, but it's on the table next to me when I do my videos, with the hand videos. The Retro Tech Ralph in the top corner is from his. I need to get some more of those. There was also Michael I got a Spectrum from. I actually got a Atari ST from him last year, and all the gubbins. There was all sorts of Spectrum stuff with him. It was absolutely ridiculous the amount of stuff he gave me. It was absolutely brilliant. Jen, who gave me the Apple eMac, I couldn't fully do something with that, but I made sure that went to a place that could easily that could fix that and restore that to a lot better than what I could have done anyway. Amanda, yes, thank you very much for the Amiga 500. I found it, she paid for it, it's hers. That's how relationships go. And Eric for the PS1. Eric was from Mansfield, and he got me on Freegal.
Retro Beth. Retro Tech Ralph has been on to ask if you'd make a little video for him.
Tell him no.
Ralph asked me to make him a little video. I said no.
Now, on to the year review. Now, in January, I got the donation from Chris. He's my best friend. He had a Fairchild. We both played the Fairchild as kids, and he gave it to me because he didn't want it. It was just doing nothing. I got it a little bit cleaned up, restored. It was fine. It was absolutely brilliant. It's just out of shot on the top shelf up there anyway, on display all the time. So that's absolutely brilliant to get that from him. I got also, with my channel, with being Retro Tech Ralph, which I love doing the technology stuff, Retro Trek Ralph, because I'm a massive Trekkie, as well as Star Wars, sci-fi, any sort of space genre whatsoever, fan. And my trips, love doing my trips, my day outs. It's something that I can look back at and think, I've seen this, I've experienced this. I absolutely love going to the places. So I don't have 3 channels, they're all just 3 separate parts of my one channel. But there's a lot of people that split off from doing bits and bats all the time. It's not just do technology, do this, do that. I like to just branch out a little bit and do lots of other things. Got on the donation from Fair Fight, the 3 Xboxes, which was absolutely brilliant, so just pop up and pick them up. Didn't mind that at all. I actually first got my first Sega Mega Drive as well this month, in January, as well as Mega Monopoly. Mega Monopoly was absolutely brilliant video. I couldn't understand how it's some people will buy games and do nothing with them, and then suddenly they'll wonder what's inside. So I opened it up and see what it was, and it's an absolutely brilliant game to play, Mega Monopoly. If you like Monopoly in any of its forms, whether it be New York, whether it be London, whether it be Sheffield where I'm from, whether it be anything, Star Wars, whether it be anything, the Mega Monopoly expands it a lot more. I do love that video, open it up, but we actually do play that quite a lot. And yeah, it's absolutely brilliant game. We started on Elite Dangerous as well. The Distant Worlds, that finally got off with a kick, and off we went. I did a Meerkats video. I've got a collection of the old Meerkats, the full set of them, and that was quite a good popular one as well, because people have been collecting them for a few years, and they've been going on since, I don't know, is it 2000 and, I don't know, but it's nice to see them all in one set, all together. And then finally finished the BBC and the Grey Spectrums. I also did a cruise video, which I actually went on the cruise last year in November for, and I was off with my shoulder. There's a problem with that, with the operation. And I think the video posted late, but that's been one of my best videos so far, the cruise around the Mediterranean and Portugal, Spain. It's an absolutely brilliant cruise to go on that one. That was, I'm not sure if that was posted in December or January. I know it took a pain in my backside to actually film that, to get it going. There's so much footage I got, and I didn't know what to do. The actual video, if I'd put it all parts together, is actually 6.5 hours long. So that's for me and Amanda only, so we won't be displaying that one out. The best parts are on the video, so please check that one out as well.
Hi, I'm Jack.
And I'm Taylor.
And we're Pints and Amiga Game Night.
Retro Tech Ralph asked us to make a video for him, and we said,
no! Cheers.
Now, on to February. I got a donation from, well, it wasn't exactly a donation, it was from my brother, who, he moved to Benidorm a while ago. He's actually back in the UK now, but there was a lot of stuff in that he'd left behind, and he left a skybox, and I thought, well, he's not using it, let's take it to pieces and see what's inside, and that we did a pretty good video on that one as well. Chrissy also brought down the Game Gear, which was really nice of him to do that. I think he said he bought 3, maybe 4, and it just, he wanted to give one away, and there was no guarantee it was going to work. There was work to be done on it if it was going to work. There's a recap kit did, and I need to do a new screen on it. That's still not been fixed yet, Chrissy, and I need to get on with putting a new screen on there, but there's no rush for that. It's not like I'm on the Game Gear all the time, so I can wait a little while for that anyway. I also got, which was quite a good video, was actually the Stellophone, which is actually this reel-to-reel recorder. This is actually my mum's, and she's actually given it to me, so another donation there. But got it all fixed. I think I actually broke it as a child, but got it all done, all fixed, all cleaned up, which is really nice. And there's actually a recording on there of my mother and my sisters and my uncles, grandparents that are actually just there, which is really nice to hear. The Make Bueno, the handheld console that I made, I got for Christmas last year, that was actually constructed and done and sorted, and it was really, really good to actually play that. Would have been better if it actually had a colour screen and better apps on there, but they're all like old Nokia sort of games, but it's a make your own console, which is good to actually do that sort of stuff. To actually, it gives you a little bit more of a learning curve for all the electronics, and it's taught me a lot more about how to solder things onto boards. And then finally I did a one-click print video, the factory tour. Jamie Turner says, do you want to come over and do a video? And yeah, stupidly enough I said yeah, and it's got some videos at the inside of how a print company works. Some massive machinery in this, amazing machinery. I do recommend checking that out and checking out One Click Print. They're absolutely brilliant for your printing, anything, just whatever you imagine. They've easily they can do that, no problem at all. So please check out that video as well.
Ralph asked me to make him a little video. I said no.
Now, on for March, I started that off with I had a CompuClean, which is basically a vacuum cleaner in reverse, so it blows out, and it's a lot of people will use compressed air in a can, and they will blow out all the dust and the crap from the old computers. But the CompuClean is as powerful, if not more powerful, but it's a constant, so I've never got to refill it. It's a nice little gun to squirt out all circuit boards. You still need to clean them with IPA and stuff like that, but it's absolutely brilliant. It's been a godsend. I've been using it all last year and finally got around to doing a video about it, and it's absolutely brilliant, to be honest. I do recommend, if you're a retro cleaning restorer sort of thing, it's brilliant for doing it, and just normal blowing crap out of the way of when your desks are and stuff like that. I also got one of my best ones on Eagle Moss with the Vija model, because that's one that in the original film we never really saw it. We saw bits, we saw parts of it, and we never really saw the entire lot until the director's cut came out, and there were certain angles and it didn't look right, but it did. But it was just a weird cylindrical thing with these big fins off it. But what Eagle Moss did was obviously take that CGI model and make it real, so we can actually see that. It was actually a brilliant video to actually look at all the angles that you could see, and you can tell that the probably grain of rice was the size of what the Enterprise should have been against this model, which is probably about that big. Absolutely brilliant. I also did in March did a Comic Relief live stream. The charity live stream. It didn't make too much. I'm not a big channel, you know that, but it made a few quid, 25 I think it was, but it all went off to Comic Relief, which is fine. Great to the people who helped me out on that one a little bit. And I also went to York. It was a miserable day in York, but we went to the Jorvik Centre and I filmed around there, and it's nice looking at places like that, which are museums and the old history, and there's one of my trip videos, and yeah, to see how things were a long time ago and they're completely different to now. You'd never have imagined a video camera going on YouTube and people looking at this at the other side of the world. You'd never have imagined that back then. It was just, you survived day to day, you ate day to day, and if you woke up in the morning alive, that's a winner for you. It's complete change of how you think life should be. So definitely go check out Jorvik Centre in York. If not, go check out my video, and then yeah, links will be in the description. Just search on my channel, it's on there somewhere anyway.
Hey everyone, it's Howard from Dubious Engineering. Retro Tech Ralph asked me if I'd make him a little video, and I said no. Right,
April, and we started off with that one with an unintentional April Fool. Now, we've had George Foreman lean, mean, fat reducing grilling machine, whatever it is, for years, and absolutely brilliant to cook with, but ours didn't work. So Amanda says, yeah, take it in the garage, see if you can get it fixed. If you can't, then we'll just throw it in bin. Something would have blown on it, something would have gone. If we can't get parts for it, then fine. So, completely unintentional, honest, that it was an April Fool. I stripped it down, I looked at this, looked at that, and then opened it up, and where's these two wires go? And they were off to the side to one of the legs, and there was a switch on the legs, and we'd never realised, or we might have realised at the start, but we never realised before I did the video that there was a switch there to turn the thing on and off, and that was all it was. It was just turned off. So not of April Fool, but I did put it out for April Fools, which I thought was quite funny doing that, but it was completely unintentional April Fool anyway. Plus, donations. I got a bumper donation. I think I got, what, 5 donations? I got a Raspberry Pi 2. I got the vinyl stickers from Visions on Vinyl from Mark. Absolutely brilliant them. I've got absolutely stacks. They're over here somewhere. I need to get loads out and stick them all over the set over here. Michael got me from Mulby. I don't think he actually watches the videos, but he got me a big box of Spectrum stuff, which included the Spectrum 48 with the rubber key, but it was only a case. There was the Plus, the plastic one, which had the motherboard from that rubber keyed version in. There were micro drives, there was software, cables, connectors, joystick ports, and there was absolutely stacks of stuff that I'm still going through some of it. It's absolutely brilliant, but it's one of them cases of I don't use it, I don't want it, I don't know the value of it, I'm not bothered. Here, have it. I've not sold it. It's at the top. There's a couple of Spectrums up there, which are what he gave me. I mean, the Spectrum, the rubber key one was in the box. The other one, the plastic, I've actually downgraded it to just the case. So it's actually an upgrade kit that you'd be able to buy. I think for £40, £50 or something like that. You could upgrade the keyboard to. But that's back to as it originally was. It's amazing that you could get these things still, and they're just, people are just giving them away, or either that or they throw them in the bin. I actually got the Atari ST box from him last year, which was amazing to get from him. Also got the Sky 1TB box from Terry. He was on Freagle. He just didn't want it. It was an upgrade. There you go. If you want for parts, which I did. I've used the hard drive. I've used the circuit board. Used loads of stuff in other bits and bats. Also got a donation of a Apple eMac from Jen at Sheffield. And that weighed a ton. Weighed an absolute ton, that thing. And I remember being on the, when I collected it and I was picking Mandra up from a works do, and I actually appeared on a live stream. Yeah, I think I was on Neil's live stream or something on Twitch. Or Twitch, yeah, I think it was Twitch or something. And yeah, it was so heavy, it was ridiculously heavy. But it's just a big TV with a computer inside it, everything all in one system. But I couldn't fix it. It actually didn't need fixing. I just didn't want to restore it because it was just too dangerous. So that was donated to somebody else so they can get that fixed. And I already messaged them and said they've actually done a really good job of it. And I'll see if I can post some pictures on the description to see if I can find who that was. But yeah, it was absolutely brilliant to get that. But unfortunately, couldn't do anything with that. The Distant Worlds exhibition on Elite Dangerous made it to Sagittarius A, which is the centre of the galaxy. There was the Distant Worlds went from our system, well, from our area where we live, to the centre of the galaxy with the other places as waypoints on the way, then going to the Beagle Point, which is the opposite side of the galaxy. And that was fun, interesting to see. Lots of things that I would never have bothered going out to see. And meeting loads of people, loads of friends, and making a few videos along the way. I've got plenty of videos online for that if anyone wants to check some absolutely amazing scenery out from Elite Dangerous. It was also my first birthday, the channel's first birthday in April. So we did a little bit of a birthday stream for that, which is nice. Got to 1 without packing this in and giving up with it. I also visited the National Video Game Museum in Sheffield. They used to be in Nottingham, but they moved up to Sheffield, which I do recommend going. They're absolutely brilliant. There's a lot of stuff in there, and since this is now filmed in December and that was in April, they have a lot more stuff in there. So I do recommend going there, checking them out. Maybe have a party there or something. I don't know, they might do something, but it was brilliant when I went. But for now, or even when you watch this video, which may be further in the year, absolutely brilliant. Go check them out. I also did start doing car booting as well in April, which a few times was successful, and the only successful one came up in a video I did in March, and you'll check that out in a second.
Ralph asked me to make him a little video. I said no.
Right, so May was quite a big month for me. With saying that I started doing car booting, we never really got much from them, except I got my first ever Amiga. I found it was just about to start raining, and this Amiga 500 boxes with games and the power supply and the bits and bats, just sat there just laughing at me, and I said, how much do you want? It's £50. So we take 40. Well, we'll meet in the middle. And that's £45 for an Amiga that actually works. Few upgrades on it, few tweaks, and it's absolutely spot on. I love that Amiga. There's a just done a video, I think, with the oh yeah, what is it? It's the external GoTech drive. I was never happy about that video anyway, but I've just done a video to do with that anyway. So that's a good one to check out. I really do like how that turned out. But loads of stuff with the Amiga. Love doing that completely. The Eagle Moss stuff as well. There was a great video I did with the Enterprise. It was, I think it's number 12 on Discovery collection. The Enterprise from the Discovery era, and I got a second one because the first one, the saucer was a fault with it, so I managed to fix that and then actually upgraded it to look like how I thought the original Enterprise with the points with its on the end of the nacelles should have looked, and I absolutely love that. Changed the registry number on it a little bit to the ISS Enterprise instead of the USS. And I love that video. If anyone wants to check that out, please. It's a good, I really love that video and how it ended out. We also went to Play Expo in Manchester. It was my second expo. Did Blackpool last year as well as this year, but we'll come to that later. But the Play Expo in Manchester was absolutely brilliant. So it was a good meeting place and a good meet-up with a lot of people who I've seen before. And making sure, well, it's nice to see people again, to make sure that you haven't completely blown it as an idiot, meeting them first time and being the starstruck sort of thing as it was last November. But this year they're absolutely brilliant, and I love meeting them all the time.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Retro Recollections. This week I had the pleasure of attending Play Expo Manchester.
Right, we're here at Play Expo and I've bumped into Retro Tech Ralph. Say hello, Ralph.
Hi there.
How are you thinking you're going to enjoy today?
Oh, I don't know. I think I'm just going to get on with some games and just have a good play, to be honest. It'll be good fun.
Yeah.
Loads of stuff here to start with, so yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, I've never been before. I know you went last year to
Yeah, I did Blackpool last year. It was really good.
So, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ralph. See you.
Also in May, Amanda did a Xbox cake, and it needs more views than what it actually got. It was absolutely amazing, from scratch, copied from one of the Xboxes which are up there somewhere, from Retro Box Room. Used to be Fair Fight 14, but it was a copy from that, but it was all in cake, and it was completely and utterly ridiculous. Filmed it from start to end. Took a few days to do it, to get it all as good as what it was. No, it's not perfect, but it's a cake. What are you going to do? You're going to make things out of plastic and make them perfectly with your own hands. You need an injection moulding. You need things to be cut, to be moulded, to be machinery. She does everything, loads of stuff by hand. She's absolutely amazing. And that Xbox cake was absolutely amazing. The kid who actually got that was completely gobsmacked by having that cake. It was absolutely brilliant for her to do that for her, and she enjoyed doing it as well and being filmed. Well, I think she'd enjoy being filmed. Also got my Rock Band guitar. I've got a drum set and all the games and stuff we do occasionally play on. Got that as a strip down, which is surprising how basic that guitar actually is when you've stripped it down. And then I started showing the my Star Trek models, not the Eagle Moss ones, the actual proper Ertl and Polar Lights kits. And I've made them years ago and lit them up, and I've got a good response on the models. Absolutely brilliant response from people saying they really enjoyed looking through it and how I actually either interpreted or got the models to be done. And I enjoyed doing them. I really need to get into doing more again. I think it's quite stressful but also relaxing at the same time. But yeah, I really did enjoy showing you off all the models. If I ever do a live stream and I'm inside the house, then they're all lit, they're all behind me. That's all the backlit of all the models. There's a Blake 7, there's Enterprises, there's Voyager, Defiant, all sorts of stuff that are behind me. They're all lit up. They all just glow really well as a backdrop as I'm doing a live stream. So if you want to check out one of my live streams, there are some that are on the channel, then just have a check, see what's what. I mean, yeah.
Ralph asked me to make him a little video, and I said no.
Right, June. Yeah, I showed my Weebles. They were a toy that I had when I was very, very young, and the slogan was Weebles wobble and they don't fall down, and they're absolutely the ugliest, egg-shaped, odd, disgusting looking people that you'd ever know. And I got a playground set, and I think there was a plane with it and some other bit of caravan. But I absolutely love those toys as a kid. It's the weirdest things that you get as a kid that you just don't realise looking back at it. I mean, I used to like Animal Quackers as a TV show. It was a Yorkshire TV programme. I think it went a little bit wider than that, but not too wider. And these freak lion, monkey, tiger, it was absolutely horrible. It was a nightmare watching, but they all played old 60s rock records, Beatles and all sorts. It was absolutely horrendous to look at now, but back then it was all storytelling and stuff. It was a kids' TV programme, but it was absolutely ridiculous to look back now at it. Also, I finished Retro Brighton because we finally had a good day in the UK. I Retro Brighton the Atari ST. That's behind me, right there. If you can see it. There's a second Atari ST up there as well. I got a few weeks ago an STE, but so we need to do something with that. I've just sit there doing nothing at the minute. But yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. Works perfect. The case came out so well. The yellowing went off completely perfect. C64 as well. I finally completed that one and did the Retro Brighton as well on that one. So that went from a yellow to a nice Commodore colour. There's a good balance with doing Retro Brighton that you really need to be careful with. Otherwise, you're really going to cock things up and destroy the plastics with. There's some talk that Retro Brighton is good, not sure, but it's your own preference on what you do when you do it. 'Cause it's at the end of the day, it's your computer, your plastics. If you destroy them, it's your own fault. So yeah, I also did the Amiga 500 as well. Got that completely Retro Brighton and restored, recapped, and started off with the Gotek. So that was really good, and also finished off the rest of the Star Trek models as well. Got those completely cleaned up and restored, and anything needed gluing down and fixing, and everything was done, and good showcase to what models I have.
You know, Ralph, you asked me to do a video. I said no.
In July, it was my birthday's in July, but that's by the by really. I actually got another donation with the PS1. I was actually the PS1 with the steering wheel. Didn't do much with it, but Eric was... I went down to Mansfield to pick it up. Eric wasn't in, he was working, but it's a nice box of stuff, parts, bits and bats to play around with, which I can do at my leisure anyway. So it's not like I've got it and sold it, but it's still... I think it's in a box. Yeah, it's in a box down here. You can see it there. Steering wheel's in another box up there, but that's because I'm in a garage and there's no space at all in here. I actually did more trip videos. We actually went up to the northeast of England. We went to Alnwick for a few days, which I definitely recommend. If you're a Harry Potter fan, then go to Alnwick. The outside filming sections where they were doing the teaching of with the brooms, that was all done in their courtyard. Alnwick Castle is absolutely brilliant to walk around. It's I'd probably say a good half-day trip. But you don't want something too over the top. There's a lot of grounds there, a lot of places to see, good restaurants, and it's such a nice place to go to. We also did Bamborough Castle. That's an amazing castle, that. If you're going to Bamborough as well, then you have to go on the boats which go to the island with the puffins. We didn't do it, and I'd love to have seen some puffins. It's absolutely caked in puffins, and they're supposed to peck you to death and budge you out of the way and stuff, because they've obviously got their nest nearby that you're on their turf, so they want you off. But we didn't do that. But Bamborough Castle was an amazing castle to go to. We also went to Beamish on the way back down. We also did Lindisfarne, which that is interesting because you have to time it right, because the tides come in and cut the road off, so you'll be stuck on there for 8 hours, maybe even 10 hours. If not, you're getting out at the wrong time, you're going to kill your car. Or you're going to drown. Well, you probably won't drown if you can swim, but you will have problems getting back onto the mainland. But there are times, they post the times, it's on the internet, but it's definitely a lovely place to go around. Did more of the Amiga. I got an EverDrive as well for the Mega Drive, and that it's a game changer, an EverDrive. I mean, I got the X3, but it's I think it's actually an X5, but there's a couple of little things missing. So I think I might be able to upgrade that to the X5 when I get round to it and faff around. I mean, it's over. I've got a box for that anyway, so that's inside here. That's the wrong way around, but hey ho. But yeah, it's a game changer for the Mega Drive. So you can play as many games as you want. So it's absolutely brilliant for me. And then my most controversial video, and I think the one that's terrified people the most, was my Cub monitor. And I got that donated, oh god, it was last year. Way into last year. It was from, yeah. Oh, I forgot what her name was. I'm sorry, I've really forgot what her name was. With the BBC stuff. And I couldn't get the Cub monitor to work. So I finally had an epiphany of, let's strip it down. Let's see if I can fix it or what's inside it. Just to give somebody a help, a clue of what they're looking for when if they're going to fix their own Cub monitors. And I never realised I was going to get electrocuted badly. But that was I didn't kill myself or anything because I'm still here. But it was quite close to me having quite a few thousand volts running through me and being earthed into nothing, which wouldn't have felt good at all. But I've got so many people saying Ralph this, Ralph that, and yes, I understand now how dangerous it was, but I was fine. It is fine. The Cub monitor didn't work, and that was shipped off to somebody who got it fixed. I think either got it fixed or got it for parts. So that had to go. I couldn't have that in here. I'm not good with monitors. I'm better with things maybe 5 volts, 12 volts. So that was the end of the Cub. If anybody's got a Cub monitor that actually works, that wants to donate or even sell me for a really cheap price, then please get in touch.
Hey Ralph, really sorry. Just a bit too busy to make a video for today. Sorry.
Now, August was another busy month. It was lovely weather we had. I finally got my first ever gaming console back into the garage. Well, a copy of, well, another version, but I've always had grandstands in here. I've got tons of them. There's some of them that are absolutely mint in the boxes, but the one I never got here was a 2000, and that's the black and white version. I've got the 3000 in here, and there's a couple that I did quite a few videos when I first started the channel, and the 2000 I never got, and I've got it. It's up on the shelves up here, and it's amazing to get one of them back. It's slightly changed from the 3000, or the 3000 was a slight change from 2, but it's getting something back that you used to play with as a kid, and it was absolutely amazing to have that and to play that again, and the old turning the dial round to move the paddle up and down the screen. They're just variations on Pong, but I absolutely love that as well. Plus, I would like to play on auction sites as well, not just eBay, but there's an Easy Live auction which has a lot of tons and tons of stuff on there, but watch out for your postage if you're going to buy anything. I actually got a Playmates Voyager for the Star Trek stuff, which is actually down here if you can see that. That in the box should have been, I don't know, if it had been mint, it'd have been £300-400. But that's not entirely mint, needs a little bit of retro brighting, but I'm just going to leave it out in the sun next time the sun comes out. Works perfect, and I got it for £5. I know I could put it on eBay now for £50 and somebody would buy it straight off me, but that's not what I'm here. I'm not here for making money. I'm here to do stuff, show you guys, and to have something for myself that I can get back. And I got the PlayStation Classic as well for my birthday, so I actually opened that up and got into it and see what's in there, which there isn't actually much, but I do need to go through the PlayStation Classic and get some more games put onto that, and I don't know why I haven't done that one yet. Because there's some out there which actually put hundreds and hundreds of games on it, instead of just the 20 or 30 or whatever it is that's already on there. I also did I love the Ships of the Line calendar, the Star Trek Ships of the Line, because the digital artwork from some of the people out there is absolutely phenomenal, and there's amazing calendar. I've had one since they first came out. I think it was 2000, was it 2001? And they're all in the house, all sat, all safe, all brilliant, and I absolutely love looking through that. And it's going to be on the wall next year, so I can look at each one again. But it was a preview of, because it came out in August, but that's going to be next year's calendar. I also got a Flashback 9 for my birthday, and also opened that one up as well for you. Which again, it's same as the PlayStation Classic. It's kind of a board flashed onto a few games, a load of games on the. It's actually that one there, the red box there. The Flashback 9 has actually got their memory card on it, so you can put more games on if you want, so that's why I wanted that specific one. I've got another one up there as well, and I think it's a Flashback 3, but I did a comparison to those, and it was nice to see that they've upgraded quite a lot over the years, and the HD as well. The HDMI with the Flashback 9, so you can just plug them straight into any modern television. Don't need the composite, don't need a coax, and it's absolutely easy to do. My biggest, I think, my best thing for last year was going to Longleat, and my worst as well, because I went to Longleat on a trip. We'd had a couple of days out for just a break. Longleat's an amazing place to go to. It's full of animals, full of things to do. I made 3 videos out of it, I think. There's a safari drive around that if you're stupid, you drive around like I drove around, and the monkeys ripped off my they didn't rip the wipers off. I already took them off myself because I'd already been round quite a few years before and knew what they're going to do. But they took the washer jets out of the bonnet. I didn't even realise they could come out. I thought they were screwed underneath, but no, they pulled both of them out. And luckily no damage to the car, but very, very funny. Really funny to watch and terrifying at the same time. Just to think that you're going to have to fork out some money to actually get it fixed. I also met, on his own cave, Neil from Retro Man Cave. And it's kind of like you see this little bit here, which is the scenery, because I do my videos here, which you can't see, but it's here, and everything is to my right hand side, but all you see is this cutting mat, which is on my right hand side here, and you see my hands. And with Neil you see this backdrop, but you don't see what's behind the camera. You don't see, like now, you don't see there's a garage door behind you, and there's some fizzy pop, there's some boxes over there, some garden equipment. This is a garage. There's nothing much to it, but with him having his studio down there and loads of mixing desks and stuff that you don't see usually on the filming, and to meet Neil it was me, Amanda and Neil just talking away, it was absolutely brilliant. And I wish I'd done more than the video that I'm going to put up now of just showing round the man cave. I wish I'd done a proper set or something in there, but opportunity missed. But maybe I'll do that again next year. We'll see what we can do with that. But yeah, it was absolutely brilliant meeting Neil. Big thumbs up to you. Absolutely brilliant, mate.
Do you want me to turn the fan off?
No, it's fine. I can just do bother with something. Some sort of weird music. Now, I do need to edit though, don't I? I need to practice the art of editing. Is this as light as it gets in here? You're filming?
The lights back there I've untwisted, so you're not getting any light, because then it throws the light to the foreground and makes that a bit more dramatic behind us. I can put more like that. And I've got the stand-up lights over there. Hi, Ralph.
September wasn't exactly a busy month. We didn't really do much. We got the Eagle Moss shuttle pack number 5. We've actually done a number 6 out afterwards, but this is number 5, which is a really great little shuttle pack. You get 4 in a pack, cost a fortune, but there's 4 little models in a pack. That was a really good video of mine I did with the Eagle Moss stuff. I actually bought 3 Ataris as well. So they were all the junior version, didn't any with the big box or the Vader versions or anything, but got 3 of those. I'm still trying to fix them at the moment, to be honest, which is a bit weird. I can't get them out of black and white, well, wrong colour mode, so I don't really know. Did a couple more. I think I posted the rest of the Longleat videos in September, because I think it was the end of August we actually went. So that was nice to see those on and feeling a bit vulnerable when the monkeys properly, yeah, had a go at my car. Also, big milestone in September was I clicked over 500 subscribers. And at the moment, I think there's 700 and something, but it's got to be a big milestone, 500. I want to get over 1,000, and it'd be amazing if I can get over 1,000 and we can start not worrying too much about this, but it's the hardest part on a YouTube channel, starting off and getting a few subscribers, getting to 10, getting to 20, 50, 100, 500 was my milestone in September, and it was so good to see that. It goes up and down a little bits, but it was one of my best moments in September. I also got as well a Spectrum Plus 2A, which I think's, oh, you can't see it's behind there, and a Spectrum Plus 3, which is that one there. And I absolutely love that. The guy who sold it, it was on Facebook. Oh, check out Facebook if you want your retro stuff as well, so you can see if there's any bargains on there. £50 for that. Spectrum Plus 3, almost mint. I haven't actually done much with that either yet. Mint with the polys, the power supply, in the box, in the retail box as well, because that's in a Curry's. Yes, the Curry's box. So for £50 on that, and the guy says, look, you can have it if the disk drive doesn't work. And he even admitted to me that, well, yeah, somebody said that it might be a band that's gone. And you know, it cost, I think, £2.50 for another band. Fixed it, done. The old band wasn't as what I've seen some people with the bands being round, and it's kind of turned to mush, to oil. It kind of came off, it was nice and dry and came off, everything was fine under there. It was a really easy fix to do. Again, not done anything with it, but it's nice to have in there. So it's project for future to play with. So it's amazing to have that. The only actual Spectrum I'm actually missing at the moment, because we've got another, I've got a Plus as well, which is down here. I only thing I need is the toast rack, and I've got a full collection of Spectrums. And then I absolutely love them to death. But then you can play with this Futurist 8-bit card as well. Just plug in and play all your games on any one you want. And my go-to one for playing all the games is, well, it's the grey one, the Plus 2 grey. And that's just perfect. Works every time without any trying at all. So, good September.
Welcome back to On the Spectrum, and this week we start off with viewers' letters. Our next letter is from RetroTech Ralph, who actually sent this letter in by fax. Isn't technology fantastic? RetroTech Ralph says, Derek, I've got my head stuck in the back of the fridge while trying to repair it, and all I could do was reach my fax machine. And in my panic, the only number I could think of was your shows. I'm getting dizzy and weak. Supplies are running low. Please send help as soon as possible. Goodness me. Jamie, get the phone and call the emergency services. Oh, when did we get this fax? What? 4 weeks ago? I know we get a lot of letters. It's not your fault. Well, it is a little. No, Jamie, I don't need the phone now. I think we just should stay out of this one. I'm quite sure his neighbours are aware of the corpse smell situation.
Right, October. Now, we started off this one with one of the videos that made me laugh. It was a PlayStation 3 teardown. It was for Haley and Mark and their little son Noah. The Blu-ray player doesn't work on my PlayStation. You can have a look at it. And for weeks, months, they're always going to bring it down. Eventually they got it down and got the PS3 and it rattles. It was PS3 Slim. I've got one already anyway in here. And it rattled and I stripped it down and I got it all cleaned out because it was all full of dust. Pasted the chips, everything was done, then took the DVD player, turned it up, and there was 2 plastic kids toy coins in there, there was a Costco card in there, and there was a DVD, as well as the DVD that they said they'd already taken out of there. So there was 2 DVDs obviously in there, and it was just so funny. But luckily it didn't break, and everything works absolutely perfect on it. There was the Eagle Moss. I actually said earlier that the Eagle Moss was, yeah, I think I did that one wrong, because the Eagle Moss came out for the Enterprise, for the Disco Enterprise, then, back a few months ago, but I actually did the mirror version, with the extra pins on the end, and they sell in October, which I kind of didn't think it was that long ago I did with that. Got different decals from eBay to change the registry number a little, but you had to get off absolutely everything that was already on there. Which the problem with that is using nail varnish remover, it just takes a little bit off with the way that their paint is on the Eagle Moss stuff. So you have to be careful not to take any detail off, but you need to try and take all the lettering off. But it was nearly impossible to do. But once it was done, stick it on, the extra parts on, and lacquered, looks absolutely amazing. I absolutely love it to bits. I mean, I do recommend you do something with any spares Eagle Moss stuff that you've got, and just make a one-off creation. Do something like I did, and please definitely check that video out. I love that video, it's really, really good. Starts with DVD reviews, box sets. I think I did the Farscape, the Battlestar Galactica. Like I said, I'm a big sci-fi nut, so it was amazing to actually do that. And then just open these boxes up that I can't show all the videos, there's copyright reasons or whatever else, but couldn't show the videos online. We can show what you get in the box, the extra little booklets, any freebies and stuff like that, which is really nice to do. The Retro Man Cave calendar came out in October, which is actually over here as well. I've got my copy here ready to go in the wall in here. And that, absolutely brilliant for Neil for doing that. I think he's raised £3,000 for Bluebell wood, with the help of a one-click print. The best thing about this is, on the back, is this little thing here. I actually made it, didn't make it to the inside, but I actually made it to the back. So we are on there, which is great, as well as some other people with their setups and computers. I don't think Neil asked specifically what he wanted in here, because there's lots of computers and lots of arty shots, like with Lynxes and stuff like that, and the Amstrads. Yeah, great with Elite on it, which you can't see because the lights are in the way. But I did a full setup of what I have, what I show here. But at least it made it to the back, that's nice anyway. The Eagle Moss, the actual, there was play, no, it wasn't play, it was Destination Birmingham, and I missed it, and I want to go next year. I'm going to go next year. And there was this, they did the Glyn thing again, where they have a convention only model, and I hate that because you can only get it there. The Glyn from last year, there were 500 that were released between here and the US, and I managed to get one eventually, but it was a lottery between getting one and actually not, because the stock that was here, I bought it as soon as it came online, and then suddenly months later they moved stock from one place to another, and then 8 of them had been destroyed in transit. So 8 people didn't get the model, but they got a lot better stuff in return. They got concepts, models, all anything and everything, discounts or signatures or whatever, which was nice to get. But I did prefer having the Glen, which you can actually change by changing your stickers anyway. Also, Blackpool Expo is in October. Absolutely love that. I mean, we've got meeting everybody and actually staying at Blackpool. The Norbreak is an absolute, you love it or hate it. I had a nice breakfast in the Norbreak. I had 2 nice breakfasts in the Norbreak. People didn't like it, but you've got to look at places like this and think, there's a lot of old people here, and they know what they're like, and they were always in there queuing to get in for the breakfast. The whole place was, I think I was lucky, to be honest, because my room wasn't bad. There were other people, and the rooms were shockingly bad. And mine had a sea view, but there was bird crap all over the window, so it wasn't majorly bad. But yeah, like I said, I think I got lucky on that one anyway. So absolutely amazing meeting everybody again for the second expo of the year for the Blackpool. Absolutely loved it, and I got on quite a few videos, which I'm probably going to put on now anyway, so you can see who I got on camera with.
Hello, Ralph. You alright?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you, Dan.
I heard you had a really nice breakfast this morning.
Oh God, it was delicious. The North breakfast is stuff of legends. You have to try it. I've got good rot already. It's absolutely amazing.
Well, I took a tram into town and I got a couple of vegan sausage rolls and a coffee. And I've been to the pound shop. I'm stocked up for lunch. James, there's James. Hello, James.
Welcome to a very special On the Spectrum, where we hit the road to experience the wonder that is Play Expo Blackpool.
Hello. You are? I'm Rexford, sorry. I'm Rexford St. Ralph. You have a YouTube channel? Yes. I have a YouTube channel, thank you. And you are? What's your favourite game of the 80s? I liked Twister. No. What's your favourite game of the 90s? Girls. Incorrect. Waterman. Well, thank you for that interview. Before you go, as a token of my appreciation, I'd like you to accept this picture of me, and you can really put on your mantelpiece.
I don't know who this guy is.
Oh, I think I'm Retro Tech Ralph. Hello.
And I'm Dan from Retro Recollections. We're having a lovely time, aren't we?
Yes, we are here at the North Rec.
It's not that bad.
I know.
It's not that bad. I've got a couple of bits. Nothing too exciting. Fiver? Supposed to be a terrible game according to Scott's Game of Silence. It's terrible, but it's worth buying for a fiver.
It's bought over there. There's plenty left apparently, so that's probably how bad a game it is.
Yes, trying to get rid of them.
Left.
And a bit of tat, 20 quid. We're playing NES games, so I thought I'd give that a try, and I'm sure I'll do a video on it. And that's it, really.
I've not bought a thing, so not yet, but there's plenty of time to do
the
a bit
day
of
is
shopping.
still young.
Oh yes.
See you in a bit.
Bye bye.
Before we sort of finish up on this year's Play Expo Blackpool, have you got any other highlights of the show you want to mention?
Well, definitely it's bump into viewers of the show, as well as fellow YouTubers like these two.
Here at Play Expo, I bumped into two fellow YouTubers and we're going to interview them now.
Hello.
What's your name and where do you come from?
I am Dan and my channel's Retro Recollections and I'm come from the sunny Yorkshire.
And I'm Retro Tech Ralph and I come from Sheffield.
Yay! Everyone's having a great time so far. What's been your highlights so far, Ralph?
Oh, playing on the arcades last night without anybody around, just got any game you want. It was just absolutely amazing. Just with no queues, no nothing, just straight into it and just play all the old classics. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I agree with that totally. How about you, Dan?
Same really, yeah, that was the best part because obviously during the day it's nice to, well, to be fair, it was nice meeting a lot of people as well during the day. But yeah, the evening was quite nice because the sort of general public weren't there, so we were able to get on the machines that were all very busy during the day.
Brilliant. So for those of you who haven't seen these two guys' channels, Dan, what do you mainly cover on your channel?
Well, my angle is sort of, it's retro stuff, so it's 80s, 90s stuff. And it's, I look at stuff that I used to play as a child, but I also cover stuff that I haven't played or missed out of because of, you know, financial reasons or whatever, you couldn't afford it at the time, or systems I never had, so it's a sort of bit of mix of both. And I also do a bit of stuff on emulation and what, you know, how we can improve things in playing what we want to play now from the past with a little bit better, you know, a bit of oomph and stuff like that, like improving the graphics and things like that, and sound and everything.
Brilliant. If people want to check you out, what's the full name and easy to find you on YouTube method?
It's just Retro Recollections, pretty easy. That should flag me up somewhere.
Brilliant. And Ralph?
Yes.
So what do you mainly cover on your channel?
Mainly, I like to try and do a lot of teardowns of old computers and repair old systems like your Spectrums and maybe Ataris and Amigas, but I've got a sideline. I'm doing a lot of sci-fi stuff with the Star Trek and also days out, trips out. I just like to try and showcase certain places that people wouldn't really see on a day out, like castles or even cruises and stuff like that. Anything and everything, to be honest, but mainly my passion is repairing old computers and making them better for the future so you can play them over and over again, just keeping the old systems alive.
Brilliant. And your channel, of course, is?
Retro Tech Ralph.
Brilliant. Check these two guys out. Well, that was Retro Tech Ralph and Dan from Retro Recollections. Both great channels. Do go and check them out on YouTube.
So, November. I got my final donation. Well, actually, my final donation, shall we say. It was from Fairfight, well, Retro Box Room. And he gave me at Expo a Exploder card for the Xbox. Mint, still in its plastic wrapping. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant that he would give me that. He got 3. He bought 3 when they were all going out of fashion, when the Xbox were finally going and gone. So it's nice. It's really nice that you thought of me and gave me that. Thank you very much. I also got a video out doing the Retro Arch on the Raspberry Pi 2, so finally got something to do with the Raspberry Pi 2 that I've actually been wondering what to do. It was a kind of inspired by Dan from Retro Recollections, so I not exactly copied, but kind of used him as a little bit of a base to try and do something with it. And using a small little device like that as a retro games console is almost like having a small console in your hand, like a Game Gear, or having a Game Boy or something, but you've got the older the different console plug into television. But if you got a smaller handheld, it may have been easier with the TV out, and then maybe you can use it as a handheld in front of yourself, and then maybe outwards towards the TV if ever you needed it. So that might have been a better idea, but it was a good use for using the Raspberry Pi 2. Bag of tat. The bag of tat. Right. I bought at Blackpool Expo I said to a guy in the stalls room, you've got a box of consoles here, how much do you want for the whole lot? And he says, well, here's 30 quid. And I says, well, you take 25. There's 6 consoles in there. There was a Mega Drive 1, Mega Drive 2, 2 Dreamcasts, which I'd already bought one, I think, 2 months before, a GameCube and a SNES, and the SNES was in such a bad condition. We take £25 for it with a Rumble Pack for a Dreamcast. He says, yeah, no problem. So I got a bag full of consoles. And it was on the last day as well, and I had to try and take that from Blackpool back to Sheffield on the train, which wasn't easy. If I took the car, it would have been a lot better. But there's been videos up from that. I think the last one was posted a couple of weeks ago, and they all, apart from one, work perfectly. Cosmetics mainly, a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of faffing. Most of them are in a box alongside me here, because I don't know what to do with having 3 Dreamcasts. One's fine, which is in the far corner over here. But the other 2, don't know what to do with yet. Might sell them, might not. It's not a donation, so I'm not really bothered about what to do with it. And to be honest, when they cost less than about £4 each, that's an absolute bargain, to be honest. So I could use it as parts, I could use it as experiments, could do all sorts of things. So yeah, it's really good to do. So I did more Blu-ray reviews in November, and actually buying bits and bats. It was quite, I wouldn't say a quiet month, but most of it was down to the bag of tat, trying to get those fixed up, which was really nice to do. So yeah, nice November, nice and quietening down towards Christmas, shall we say, November.
Ralph asked me to make a video for him and I refused.
I will never make a video because the camera captures your soul. Not like the ephemeral soul, but the flatfish, and I really want to eat the flatfish later.
Right, and on to this month, December. I think I've posted virtually every single day this month, and it's been it had to be like that. I had to get things done and I wanted things finished that had been sat on for a while and finally sorted and done. We also got an advent calendar that Amanda bought me in, I think it was the end of October, which was quite funny. She was quite giddy about it, and it was kind of obvious to do a daily video for the advent calendar. Open it up, see what was in, do that project. And it turned out for the first few videos it was awkward to try and get him to understand what was there, what was supposed to be doing. Then once you figured out that things stayed in place, it was an easy enough advent calendar to do. But for 24 episodes it was a pain in the backside. But yeah, it's I got quite a few messages saying, oh, I'm glad you're doing this, my son's struggling with this, and I hope I've helped out a little bit. If I've not, then I'm sorry. It's Haynes obviously not making it too obvious. But yeah, it was fun to do, but a pain in the bum. I also got, right, Elgato. I've been after video capturing software for a while, well, hardware. I had one earlier in the year, and it was supposed to record onto an SD card. Then I could take that card into the house, do the editing, and then done. It would have been so easy, but it didn't work properly. It wasn't any backwards compatible, because everything I've got in here is either composite or HDMI, component, coaxial. So everything I've got that's coaxial, trying to upgrade to do something to try and get it to at least a component sort of component level, and it's fine what I'm using. But finally got the money, got together and got an Elgato, and that was, well, as an upscaler, I will be doing videos, will be doing things, capturing stuff straight from the consoles, straight from Spectrums, Ataris, Amigas, PlayStations, not from emulators. And I like the emulators, they're really good. However, it's probably, on my mind, it's better to do straight from the console, straight from the original hardware, to be honest. I also did one of my I love doing this one. It was the Funky Merlin, I called it. It was a purple Merlin. They come red. The old Merlin was like an old phone, but like a touch screen, an old-fashioned in the late 70s, 80s touchscreen, which you play games. And I had one as a kid, and I restored one as one of my first videos about nearly 2 years ago, and got that fixed, got that working. I absolutely loved it. And then I got one, changed all the LEDs to purple, changed the outer, sprayed it up, lacquered it up, all purple. So it's completely different. It's a one-off Merlin, and I absolutely love that to bits. And it's nice to restore stuff like that. The person I bought it from on eBay says, doesn't work, not a thing, don't work. And I plugged it in, and it did. So I think the battery compartment, or something to do with the battery, might have corroded or broke. So that's what she couldn't get working. But it absolutely worked perfect, resoldered, reflowed everything, it absolutely worked perfectly. And have it bright purple is just ridiculous, it's right good. Also did, the Eagle Moss was the Shuttle Pack set 6. And it took me a while to get hold of it, because they used to do a discount code, because they're £75 per set. And they used to do a £15 off, and they never did it. I never got the email for it, so I think either Eagle Moss have stopped sending emails out to certain people, or they've just, I don't know, something's not right with Eagle Moss lately. I'm having problems with them, but that's between me and them, and they just don't seem to be bothered. So bought them. I got a discount with Black Friday, which is in November. Got that, bought at more than the discount that you would usually get anyway. So that was that. And bought fine, so I got that one pretty good. Also, there's an Elite Dangerous video I did as well, which was a tour around the Sol system, and I really liked that one because it took a while to film, so it was quite good to do, but it took quite a while. And then I add some music on the end of it, and the problem with that was some of it was copyrighted music, and I had to re-edit and faff around and stuff like that. So yeah, that was December in a nutshell, really, as well as doing the stuff now and whatever else. Yeah, it's been an interesting month with quite a lot of videos to do.
I really wanted to make a video today, but then I woke up and thought, no, fuck that, I can't be arsed. So it's, you know.
I'm very sorry, Ralph, I've got no idea what's going on. I'm just permanently confused.
So there you have it. That's my year in review. I have done quite a lot. I've loved this year. If I could do it again next year, then great. But it's obviously taking a bit of a toll on me anyway. So I'm struggling. But that's fine. That's between me and whatever. It's probably because it's Christmas. Just need a break and have some time off. But anyway, I'd like to thank every one of you who's watched, every one of you who subscribed, every one of you who have commented, good and bad. It all adds up. It's fine. The thumbs down means you've watched the video, which is great. And if it hasn't made a positive impact and you've that's wrong, that's fine. It's helped me out. If I've got something wrong, it's helped when you've said something. So please, positive, negative, don't go and be stupid and swear and whatever else in the videos. I'll just delete it. It's fine, or I'll give you a ban like any normal sensible person would. But it's been absolutely great this year to meet people, to see people. I hope that I've made a positive impact on a lot of people, and let's hope 2020 is a good a year as this year, because I've had a blast really. So thank you everybody for everything, and all I can say is I'll see you in another video. Bye for now. Oh, and by the way, anything that the silliness on this video has not made it to the main part of the video will be after this bit and the title bit and the thank yous. Yes, so massive thank you again to all the people who helped out with the videos. It's just random silliness, and I hope you liked it, because I absolutely loved it to bits. Thank you very much again. Bye for now.
It's like cash.
Hi, I'm Jack.
I'm not going to make a video for you, Ralph, because I can't be asked. There's not much else to it.
Hello, I'm Jack.
I'm Taylor.
And we're Pints and Amiga Game Night.
Retro Tech Ralph asked us to... No, I breathed in. I was like...
Hi Ralph, I couldn't make a video today. I really wanted to, but just got more important things to do.
Hi, I'm Jack.
I'm Taylor.
I'm not sure who you are, and I don't want to make the video. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mate.
Probably it's going to be...
Ralph, good luck with the YouTube channel. I'm really enjoying some of your teardowns. I'm also enjoying some of the Star Trek figurine reviews. Have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas and a very, very happy New Year. Cheers and beers, everybody.
Is that one wrong, innit?